All right, welcome to episode 3 of Family Tech Talk.
Woo!
Complete with video this time.
You're going to see our faces.
If you are watching on YouTube or on Facebook, you can see our faces. If you're just listening to the audio via podcast app, then you can't see our faces, and that's super sad.
But you can imagine our faces.
Yeah, our faces are super awesome, and you can see our awesome like pop culture t-shirts and everything.
We're super cool.
We are really cool, so that's super fun. Today we are going to talk about AR and VR and MR and all of those
R's, reality.
Yes, reality.
We're going to talk about reality. This is real life.
This is totally hashtag real life. That's what my friends and I always do. Hashtag real life. Yeah. Like whenever we're talking about like our messy houses or whatever, it's like hashtag real life.
That is hashtag real life.
It is hashtag real life. So super excited for the video. We'll see how it goes. It's kind of experimental. Hoping the audio is still okay. It's gonna be
fun,
super fun.
Super fun adventures.
Yes.
That's what we're all about.
Adventures in reality.
Yes.
So first let's talk about what AR and VR and the difference between the different R's.
The different realities.
Right.
Yeah, so VR is virtual reality, and I think that's what most people think of when they hear us talk about this. It is the full immersion of like headsets, maybe other senses or stuff like that can be involved as well. I know the Void does.
Yes, I was going to talk about the Void for sure.
I'm going to just throw it in there. We're super awesome. I actually live 2 miles away from the Void, which is super cool. But they do sense and they do like physical objects, but that is like you're immersed in this other reality.
Yes, for sure.
And then AR is you have a little bit of that mixed in.
Augmented reality.
Yes, sorry, augmented reality. So it's got a little bit of that mixed in, but you actually have your world around you, still like Pokemon Go.
Yes, definitely. So Pokemon Go really brought AR to mainstream for sure. You know, so you saw there's a Pokemon on your shoulder and I catch it and it's super fun. So yeah, that definitely helped bring this technology to kind of the masses, I think.
Yeah.
And then like you were saying with VR, it's virtual reality. You've got no awareness of what else is around you. So I have a new Lenovo mixed reality headset, and when you put it on, what I really like about the Lenovo headset is I kind of draw a border with the headset first, and then it'll help me to like not step outside of my boundaries.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because that's one thing that you can really get caught up in with virtual reality is just like not being aware of what else is around you.
So did you get to go to the Void?
I have gone to the Void.
Okay, so I have too. So that's,
yes.
I remember specifically, we did the Ghostbusters one.
Oh, okay. I haven't done the Ghostbusters, like I got to do a temple.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones-y kind of thing.
So this one, you're in New York, you're in an apartment building, and you're chasing ghosts. But I remember at the very beginning, there's a door, right? And you like are supposed to reach for the door. Yeah. And there's a handle, but you're still like, is there a handle?
Real
like,
door
is there gonna
here?
be where you're like kicking things because you don't know?
Yeah.
Like you said, you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what the Void is,
I'm just so excited. I don't even want to explain.
Super excited, and we thought first like a long time ago. It's been around. It's been in development for quite a while. And the first one was supposed to be right here in Utah. Yes. But they ended up putting one in Disneyland. And I think there's one in New York at Madame Tussauds as well. And what it is it's fully immersive virtual reality arena, basically. Yeah. So their programming actually goes along with the physical objects that are in the space. So in this like temple one we did, like an Indiana Jones kind of thing, like we could reach out and grab a torch. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, it was really cool. So like, and then like you can take the torch off the wall, and you're holding this torch, and it'll light up certain areas like as you like put it different directions and things like that. So the Void is really awesome, and where it incorporates your surroundings, it incorporates sense, feel. Like, so in the temple one also, we were like lifted up on this elevator, and we're coming up into this like huge field, and there's a waterfall, and you're feeling the mist from the waterfall.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was so cool. My husband was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever experienced. And he was totally like, like as we were heading there, and then he's like, that was the coolest thing ever.
It's awesome. I remember like the most vivid memory of it is you go in with a team, you fight the marshmallow monster from Ghostbusters, and when you're done, you get hit with this wave of toasted marshmallows.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that was like, I was like, oh, this is real. Like that's kind of what you felt like, is like, oh, okay, that actually just happened.
Right.
Like that was really cool.
Yeah. So another kind of introduction to virtual reality a lot of people have gotten is the movie Ready Player One.
Yes.
So with Ready Player One, if you haven't seen it before, it's this whole world. And I like how they've got, you know, like a treadmill that's multi-directional.
Yeah.
So you're not running into the wall or your couch or anything like that. So the thing I like about the Lenovo is like I've got my boundaries, so I'm not gonna run into the couch as long as the dog doesn't come
and like take you out,
right? Which totally could happen. So, but with Ready Player One, they're kind of just in this, you know,
like harness.
Yeah, and it's got this multi-directional treadmill, so they can run this way and that way, and
you can actually move in the world instead of just sitting or whatever.
Yeah, I loved that movie.
Me too. I loved that movie. I think I saw it twice.
Oh,
actually,
nice.
Yeah,
it's a good one. So what else? Like, so there's Pokemon Go. That has the augmented reality.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think this space is heading?
I mean, obviously games, right? I think that is a big thing that we're going to see a ton of. We've got the Jedi challenges that we'll kind of show.
Talk about the Jedi challenges.
Oh, okay, guys, I can talk about Star Wars. So
it's Star Wars time.
Lenovo came out with an AR that incorporates your phone with their own tech, and you're able to be basically a Jedi Padawan, and you have this character called the Archivist that walks you through lessons of how to use a lightsaber and how to be a Jedi, and you get all these cool things. And so what they do is they incorporate a lightsaber.
She has a lightsaber.
This is like my dream come true. So you have a lightsaber. This part, it's kind of got this white squishy thing on top. Mm-hmm. That's what the light actually comes out of. Yeah. And there's like functioning buttons. It's amazing. It's the coolest thing ever. And then you get your visor. And what it does is there's this little sectiony thingy here on this side, for those who aren't able to watch, that you stick your phone in. And so what it does is it uses mirrors on the inside. You can kind of see it there. Yeah. You guys might not be able to see it. There's a mirror in there.
And podcast listeners,
you're definitely seeing it. But it allows you, the mirrors, to display what's showing on the phone.
Oh, cool.
So that's how, and then there's a sensor on the floor. That's what it does, is that kind of where it can display what you're actually looking at. Oh, so you go through and fight battle droids, and you droidicas, and then at the end of the first level, spoiler alert, you get to fight Darth Maul. And that's displayed from that sensor on the floor, but then it uses that kind of your world. You can still see like your countertops or something if you're in your kitchen, so that you can still see what's going on around you, but that's fully immersed in your world.
Oh, cool.
So there's that for the augmented reality. I also think, so my mom's Army, retired Army, and I think it's going to be great for training.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think VR and AR is going to be a huge thing for different types of training for the military specifically, because that's kind of what I would think about sometimes. Yeah. But also I think in other careers, medical, like anything like that, I think that's going to be a huge help there as well. Oh, yeah, for sure. And actually in our space, it's going to be really awesome too. So for IT support. Yes. So I could be a higher level technician, and somebody could be out in the field, and I could walk them through fixing something, so that way I'm not spending time driving here and there and there and there and there. Like, I can send a lower level technician out, and I can walk them through exactly how to fix. Like, show me this, I'm seeing it, I'm interacting with it as well, Right. So I think, in support is going to be huge for AR and VR. Yeah, and I think, I should have looked this up, but there is, an appliance company that I think has already started doing that, where you're able to reference a technician
Yeah.
on call and have them look through. They're using more cell phones and stuff like that, so
Sure.
video, but
Yeah.
same idea. Like they still have that kind of growing, so
Right.
that, like you said, you're not trying to go to different places. You're located in one area and able to help others.
Yeah, and you can help a lot more people
Yeah.
when you're stationary, and you know you can either walk the customer through themselves or
Yeah.
a lower level technician.
Yeah.
So I think that's also one place, but I like your medical example.
Yeah.
That's going to be really huge as well. And then of course gaming.
Of course, gaming.
Right. So that's probably, we also kind of wanted to talk about a little tech news.
Yes.
Because we had some really cool tech news that just came out today.
Oh my gosh.
And
My other
Emilee
love.
almost like had a little heart attack. Because you can explain
Okay.
what just happened.
Okay, so what's the company name again? This is so bad. Kano, that's right. So Kano helps kids learn how to code. They have computers that they can kind of build and learn to code from and all these things. But they released pre-orders today for a Harry Potter wand that you can code. And if there's something I love as much as Star Wars, it's Harry Potter. So, yeah, and it's super awesome. You get to build your wand, which is really cool. So you kind of get to have that customization and like it's your wand.
Yeah.
But then you can also build code that's going to allow you to do things. So you can have it where you build the code where if you wave the wand, your owl changes color. Or you do Leviosa, which lifts a feather off of the table or something like that.
Yeah.
And I am so excited for it.
And that even kind of fits in with our whole AR, VR talk.
Yeah.
Because it's a little bit augmented reality. It's not bringing the feather into your space.
But you're still making like an act upon it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's going to be super fun.
I'm so
Awesome
excited.
tech news for the day. All right. So with all this AR, VR talk, we decided to talk about dystopian futures.
Yes.
So we have I have my top 5 list. She has her top 5 list of the best dystopian future movies, and then we're gonna combine them and have the ultimate top 5 list. Oh, we need a tape. Yeah.
Quick,
Get the tape.
quick, get the tape. Okay.
Okay, so I'll start with my number 1.
Number 1.
The Matrix.
Oh, yes. That was almost on my list.
Yeah, that's my number 1, so we're gonna put my number 1 over here, and then we'll put the number,
Nice.
yeah. So Matrix is my number 1. What is your number 1?
So my number 1 was Looper.
Looper. Very interesting.
I have a thing for timey-wimey
Yeah.
travel and everything like that, and so that was...
That's a good one. That's the one with Bruce Willis, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt has the face going
yeah,
on.
That's a really good movie. I didn't even think about that one. Yeah, I did Matrix. Like when I went to see The Matrix in the movie theater for the first time, I was blown away. Like, oh my gosh, is this real? Is this real life? Is this happening right now? That's like how I left The Matrix. So love The Matrix.
Yes.
And yeah, Looper.
Looper's just...
Great.
If you haven't seen it, it's one of those that like you don't fully know what's gonna happen, and there's time travel involved, and like I said, I love that, and so it's super. I just love Looper.
It's a good one. Okay, my second one, WALL-E.
Okay.
I love WALL-E. I think that is a good movie, and keeping in with the Disney theme that we like to do here.
Well, shocker.
This is funny.
My number 2 is also WALL-E.
Is also WALL-E.
I love, like, it's such a good story.
Yes.
Without, like, barely any script.
Yeah.
Like, it's no talking
That's
until
so
kind of
true.
towards the end.
Yeah.
Plus, they're just adorable little robots.
I know, they are the cutest little
It's
robots.
Disney, so, you know.
Yeah, but again, like, it's talking about a real issue, you know, like recycling.
Yeah.
But it's not kind of shoving it in your face. Like, you need to recycle, or else the world will end up a trash-filled society.
Yeah, it was like a cute way to kind of get across a point.
Yeah.
Which is what I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved it. Okay. Number 3 for me, Equilibrium.
Ooh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh!
I know.
So Equilibrium, for those, it's an older movie. It's Christian Bale, and he is in a dystopian future where they have to suppress their emotions.
Oh.
So, like, he has to take a pill every day that suppresses his emotions, and you can't have any books or art or music. Like, it's all, like, super, like, strict and restricted, and it's Christian Bale's kind of waking up to the world, like, after he sees a cute little puppy.
Oh, of course it's the puppy.
The puppy,
yeah.
Equilibrium, excellent movie.
So my number 3
Ooh, that is
I Am Legend. I am terrified of zombies. So I was very excited when I Am Legend were not technically zombies, although it still scared me. And I don't know. I loved the idea of this. You're kind of on your own, but he's still, like, Will Smith's character is still trying to find the cure. Yeah. And still working on that. And just human survival. I love apocalypse movies, too, which is weird because I don't like zombies, and that's, like, the big thing now. Yeah. But I like that humans trying to rebuild after some sort of huge event that's happened.
Interesting. That's a good Trevor just watched that the other day.
Oh, good.
My number 4, as we were talking... Ready Player One. I like it. It wasn't higher. Like, I really do love this movie. It's not higher on the list because I am concerned about the timelessness of it. There's so many pop culture references that I'm like, will kids in like 20 years from now really even get it?
That's a good point, because it's what I loved. Like, that it was there, because I could be like, oh, there's Batgirl. Oh, there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like, that's cool, but you're right. Like, I think in so many years, people aren't going to necessarily understand what those are.
Yeah.
My number 4 was Maze Runner.
I actually hate that movie. I think it's kind of the worst. I got to the end of that movie and I was like, so I bought it on Vudu because it was like on super sale, cheap one weekend. And so I was like, oh, cool, you know, I'll buy this movie. And then it took me a couple more months to actually watch it. And then I watched it and I was like, that was the worst movie ever.
Okay, let me explain then, because I feel like I have to defend my choice a little bit. I love books, and I actually really liked the Maze Runner books as well.
Oh, sure.
I also extremely like young adult books. Yeah. And so I like the idea of, like, kids or younger adults kind of growing and getting past the evil adults. I don't know how to explain it, but that's like a cool theme to me. And so I loved the fact that these kids try and figure out and understand how to, like, get past.
I get it.
Plus, everybody's really attractive in that movie, so there's that.
Well, there's that. Yeah, except for Emily's wrong.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then I think we have the same
We do have the same. I saw it.
Hunger Games. Love it.
I will grab mine as well.
Okay. Twinners.
We got, that's actually pretty good, I think, for...
I know, I'm surprised because I thought we'd probably have a little bit more in common.
Yeah.
But Hunger Games, if you haven't seen Hunger Games,
it's good.
Super good, really emotional. I think they captured the characters really well. All of that. Caesar Flickerman.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Yes. So obviously we both have Wall-E and Hunger Games.
Yes.
So let's stick those ones over here.
Okay.
Now we need to
I'm going to just
out...
put this one away since I feel like I'm going to lose no matter what.
Well, and I think because you haven't seen Equilibrium, we'll need to take that one away as well.
Okay. These since they're already...
Yes.
To clean it up a little bit.
Clean it up just a little bit. So now we have 3 more places and 4 movies. So this is going to be a tough one. So let's hear some arguments.
I will say, before you argue, that one was almost on my list. So I feel like that one can totally be on the list.
Let's go ahead and put that at number 5.
Yes.
Ready Player One can be number 5. All right. So now we have Matrix, Looper, and I Am Legend.
Ooh, this one's... I don't...
It's tough.
Okay, so I'm going to argue Looper a little bit while we think about it.
Argue Looper. Let's put Wall-E at number 1.
Yeah, Wall-E's it's Disney.
Yeah, we can do number 1 for Wall-E.
So Looper, right? It's got this great story of time travel. It's got this really masterful
It's cool, really time travel-y.
And it kind of brings to question the can you change your future.
Right.
Like if something, so spoiler
that's
alert.
true. Yeah.
Bruce
It's
Willis.
an old movie.
That's
You
fine.
can spoil it.
Bruce Willis goes back in time. His character Joe, I watched it so that I could be prepared for this. Goes back in time in order to save his wife, who ends up getting killed by this like turn of events of this evil, what they call the guy Rainmaker is what his name is, and he goes back in time to kill the Rainmaker before he becomes an adult. And through these series of events of young Joe and old Joe kind of battling it out to get to the Rainmaker first or to figure things out, there comes this occasion where young Joe realizes if old Joe kills the Rainmaker's mom, the kid who's going to be the Rainmaker's mom, that's going to turn him into the Rainmaker. So he sacrifices himself so that old Joe dies. Like if young Joe dies earlier, then young Joe doesn't exist in order to kill it. But does that really work? Like, is the guy going to be the Rainmaker no matter what? Because it's already happened technically in the future. So that's my argument against
That is a
Looper.
good one. Okay, we'll put Looper and Matrix in the top 5.
Okay.
But now the order is what we need to figure out.
Okay.
So, I like I Am Legend. It's really good. This can be an honorable mention.
I do say, I agree with
Equilibrium
this.
is amazing too.
This is our little honorable
mentions. Poor little guys. Okay.
This one's tricky.
It is tricky. What are your feelings on the Matrix?
I actually really like the Matrix, and it was going to be. It was another one that was like on my list of ours. I was trying to number them, and it's a classic.
It is a classic.
I think it's the perfect, like, if you've seen any movie, you've probably seen The Matrix.
Right. Let's ignore that 2 and 3 even exist.
I don't, what 2 and 3?
It doesn't happen.
No,
Yeah,
but the first one.
Exist. Yes.
And like the cinematography of it.
Yes.
All right, just put it to.
All right. Matrix, Looper, Hunger Games, Ready Player One. This is your ultimate top 5 dystopian future set movies.
Yes.
All right. And I think that's episode 3.
You guys can see all the dancing I do.
I know. I forgot we were on video for a minute. Hello,
video viewers.
People. Anyway, so that's our show for today, and hopefully we will see you next week. We have a plethora. You know what I was thinking is we might like have a jar with all the topics
and pick it out
during the.
So we have no idea what we're going to talk about before.
Right.
I love it.
No. I mean, like, pick it out now for next week.
That's less exciting, but also allows me to plan a little bit more so I know what I'm going to say.
So I think next week we'll bring a jar and we will be able to tease next week.
Awesome.
But
I love
today
it.
we're not going to do that. So you'll just have to tune in and find out. Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
See ya.